Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. This is Big Money Manny, and this is our book club. And we are reading Man Up by Begionning. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry, guys, I took some time off, and man, oh man, did we have an epic fail starting to create this stream tonight, trying to put this up. All kinds of failures going on, and I said I wasn't going to do it, but I just started over. Stopped what I was doing and started over. But we're gonna make it happen anyway. If anybody got any tips on Waste Meter Banana, get in contact with me. All right. So this is a book club dedicated to self-improvement, self-development, working on a better you by reading awesome books that are out there that were put out there so that you and I can come across it, get it off of a bookshelf, and get our noses deep into that so that we can start working on a better us. All right. And so if you're following the channel, thank you very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share this channel. I am at Big Money Manny on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. All right. And I will put the links in the description. Again, this is our book, Man Up. And we are starting today, chapter 5. Now, this is a very exciting chapter, and I'm gonna read the whole chapter right here, and it's gonna be quick. We're gonna fly right through it. But if you are a business owner, if you most of us are small business owners, or if you're thinking about it, or if you're already in a business, if you're part of a business, you're working for a company, whatever it is that you got going on, if you're looking to just start over like I did today, if you're looking to start over and try something new, try something fresh, maybe things haven't been working for you, you've been working hard at it for years and years and years, and you're still trying to figure out why are things not working, I want to tell you guys that this chapter right here spoke to me in a very profound way, and I want to so much. After reading this chapter, I was like, damn, this has got to be my biggest flaw out of everything, out of all my flaws, because I don't know if you knew, but I'm not perfect. But out of all my flaws, I think this one right here would be the one to correct everything else. And I think you'll find the same information to be true as we read through this, right? And pretty much, as I'm reading from Begionning, I've been, intrigued on a lot of the things that he's talking about and applying it to my personal life and applying it to my business life. And even though I have phenomenal coaches in business, Bezos was kind of hitting it at a different angle. He was, introducing something that I didn't. Pretty much, you want to pick up tips and tricks from here and there from different walks of life to help get better. I want to be the best business owner I could possibly be. I want to be the best father I could possibly be, the best husband, the best person I can possibly be. And the best thing that you can do is learn from others, learn what works. And this guy shares something that has helped him to elevate to the next level, that has helped him to grow to the next level. And it was a major nugget. And I mean, there's nuggets out there, but this one right here is major, guys. And it just it touched me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm inspired to change up a lifelong bad habit of waking up late, of starting my day off late, and having the wrong mentality of pretty much being accepting of what I took as fact, that I'm not a morning person. And we've heard this before. You've heard this before. A lot of you probably have claimed that for yourself, to be a person who is not a morning person. Dang, I forgot to do my sound check. But let me I'll go through this right now as I'm talking. But look, guys, all most of my adult life, I've worked overnight. And I've done security and a bunch of other stuff. And now that I'm not working that lifestyle anymore or working that job anymore, I'm still accepting of the what I took as fact that I'm not a morning person. If you follow my channel, you see that I only record at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Right, like right now, it's 2:39, and this is something I got used to. This is something I just figure. I got kids. It's never quiet in my house, in my room. Um, During the day, the kids are up making noise. During the day, the AC is blowing because it's freaking hot out here in Hacienda Heights. Uh, I just got all kinds of things going on. There's no way I could record during the day. So I record late at night when everybody's asleep. That's why you hear people snoring on my channel. um, you hear a person snoring on my channel. But after reading this chapter, guys, I'm inspired to make a change. I'm inspired to do something different. And this is I believe it's going to change the rest of my life. And so I just wanted to share this with you before we go into the content and read chapter 5. Chapter 5 is called The Beginning is the End. Fix your mornings. Fix your mornings. And right there, that's exactly what this chapter is about. And so I'm going to go ahead and start reading this chapter. And I want you to really pay attention. And we're going to get through this thing quick. And just know that, again, I just wanted to share that this content, as I was reading it, I was like, man, I kind of want to do this. I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it deep down inside. Uh, you know, being a night person, a night owl, going to sleep at 3, 4 in the morning has been my normal for a very long time. But I'm learning through this chapter that it just can't happen if you want to be successful. It just can't. And maybe you can pull it off. Not, everybody's a little different. Maybe you can pull that off. Maybe you're so used to it, just like how I am. I function on 2, 3 hours of sleep like a normal person. But after reading this, I'm inspired to make a difference. And I'll share with you why. So he starts off talking about how he had the privilege to work with this gentleman named Craig Ballantyne, who's an amazing entrepreneur in his business, and he says that he learned something from Craig that helped to fix not just a bad habit, but fix his life. Right. So Craig was a successful businessman and an author. He advises some of the top performers in the world about how to structure their days for maximum impact and outcome. All right. But what's even more impressive is not where he is today, but where he started from. He says that he has a bad background, just like a lot of us do. An alcoholic dad, a mom who was an enabler. He grew up wearing hand-me-down clothes. He grew up on a farm, and when he wasn't in school, a lot of his days were spent just sitting with his dad on the tractor, and his dad drank and plowed the fields. Because of that, a lot of the other difficulties Craig suffered from, social insecurities like anxiety and stress, he ended up drinking a lot because his dad drank a lot. As he once told me, Bedros, I had green eyes, a black heart, and a yellow belly. By his own admissions, he was jealous, self-centered, and cowardly. Likely traits that he adopted through environmental exposure to his father. But if you meet him today, you can never guess it. Through a process of rigorous self-development and self-improvement, which is why we have our channel here, guys. Through a process of rigorous self-development and self-improvement, he's become a great communicator and one hell of a business mentor to many high achievers. And it's why Bedros sought him out. And he's one of the reasons why he went through a transformation process that helped me to evolve into a better leader. There was one morning I remember vividly where we were supposed to meet for a workout early and then attend a mastermind after the workout. I was going to have a late night, so I texted him, "Hey man, sorry, not working out tomorrow morning. I have to catch up on work. I'll meet you at the mastermind." And Bedros writes, a lot of people might have texted me, cool, man. But what makes Craig great is what he called is that he called me out on my bullshit. And he says, he texted him back. Craig texted Bedros back. Why do you have to catch up on work so late at night? He texted. Bedros said, I didn't really have a good answer, but I tried. And he said, well, I woke up late and just got jammed up. And he says, Craig didn't accept that answer either and texted back, dude, why don't you just wake up earlier? Bedros replies, I'm not a morning person. This is me right there. I'm not a morning person. That's a lot of you right there. Again, Craig could have accepted his answer, but he pushed me away. Okay, try this. Just get up half an hour early every morning for a week. Bedros said, honestly, at first I didn't appreciate what he was doing. I love that. Just the honesty of Bedros, because tell you the truth, most people are so prideful and uh, they wouldn't appreciate someone trying to help them get better. Most people aren't appreciative of coaching directly, or it's just not even coaching, just someone being direct with you. I didn't appreciate it at first. I didn't think I could squeeze a half hour into my day, but I definitely didn't want to cut a half hour out of my sleep. But then I thought about it, and if it wasn't that huge. It wasn't a huge ask. I could at least try to see if I can work it out. And if it didn't work out, I'd have an answer when Craig asked. I tried it for a week. Honestly, it felt amazing. The extra half hour was real time. Since no one was awake, I love how he says it's real time. Since no one was awake, I was able to get a few things done and make my morning appointments without so much pressure. When I came back to Craig, I told him about my first week and he said, great, do another half hour earlier. I tried that too. And I was, it was like I bought myself a free hour in the day. I kept this going until I was up by 4:30 or 5 a.m. each day. It forced me to shift my dinner and to rest and the rest of my life. It forced me to shift my dinner and the rest of my life so that I could do I could go to bed a lot earlier. And so because he's waking up earlier, he moves everything else, right? Which I think is very doable. That was a great encouragement to me as a person who sleeps 2, 3 hours a night. I think this right here can work, especially it just seems simple. As you're still getting your 8 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep, or whatever you want to do. You just got to move everything else. The early wake up times enabled me to build my morning ritual. And this is this is another major key right here is the morning ritual. Um, he stays doing the same thing every day. When I came, the early wake up time enabled me to build my morning ritual and it makes sure my mindset is in the right place. It gives me plenty of uninterrupted time to work on my list of big ideas. So here's the truth. Your morning ritual is everything. It's the anchor of your day. It tees up the rest of your day for success. Craig helped me to do this, but I'd recommend checking out his book. And the book is called The Perfect Day Formula. All right, so I'll put it up here for you guys to take a look at. I'm definitely adding that to my list of need to reads. So it goes into how to do this for yourself. Take it from someone. Take it from someone who has a life that has been changed by organizing his mornings. The payoff is huge. Consider professional boxers in MMA who have very specific rituals that they go through before getting into the ring. They call this the starting ritual, right? And it covers everything, and it's so astonishingly specific, and it covers everything that a heavyweight champion goes through. He mentions a heavyweight champion goes through an 11 individual step process during the preparation of his fight. He also gets his left hand wrapped before his right. He plays the same song on his headphones repeatedly, and that song puts him into his quote unquote warrior state. He has the same three people in his prep room and no one else. He refuses to say a word between the time he gets his hands wrapped and the time he enters into the ring. All right, so that the starting ritual. Instead, he repeatedly replays the visual of himself winning the fight in his head. That's awesome. A starting ritual is a simple process that you do each morning to put you into a state of effective work. This is the form of mental preparation for battle. Over the last 15 years, as I worked closely with countless entrepreneurs, I found that those who are the highest of performers have a very specific morning ritual. Those that have the most productive morning ritual routines have a constant starting ritual that gets them into the right state of mind for them to do their best work. Hmm. It talks about NASA, which I'm going to skip because I don't believe in NASA. Every flick of the switch, every turn, yeah. The act of going through a constant morning routine does so many great things for you. It quiets your mind, it gets you mentally prepared for work, it gets you singularly focused on the task at hand that's going to produce the biggest positive shift in your business. Here's what my morning routine looks like. And if you see it, I'm yawning, it's a big indication that I got to switch up my ritual, change things up, change up my pattern, because it's just not working out the way I wanted to. Even though I woke up at 5 a.m. every day, my morning routine starts the night before. And this is key. This is what I learned from Hector Lamarck, one of my great uplines in business. And he says that 2 hours before he goes to bed, he writes down on the notes section of his iPhone everything that he needs to do to the next day. Not everything. Wait, let me rephrase that. Not everything. Just the two. It says 3 or 4 high priority things that I'm going to attack the next morning when I sit down to work. 3 or 4 high priority things that you need to get done. My list is rarely longer than 4 things, and it's always in order of importance. In other words, my highest priority task is always number one on my list. I do this so that even if the day unexpectedly turns to shit, as it sometimes does for us entrepreneurs, and I can attest to that. And this is huge. He says, even if the day, because here's the thing: as a business owner, you don't just go to a job and punch in and punch out later on the day. That's a job, and in the middle, you do what you're asked, you do what you're told, right? You work as directed, as my coach Martin Munoz says. All right, but here he's, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you set up your day and then things happen, especially if you got family. You set up your day and you say, I'm going to go do this, and that. But a bunch of other stuff comes into play, and these extra factors come in and they throw off your day, and it just keeps you from achieving what you wanted to get done for the day, right? And this happens so many times as a business owner, right? But he says he prioritizes those 4 things to get done, and number one is the most important thing, and he does it this way so that when your day goes to shit, which it sometimes does, and it's always unexpectedly, it says, at least I got the most important task done the first thing in the morning. And I think that is massive. I think that's huge, because as an entrepreneur, as a business, at the end of the day, you're just sitting there just like, man, what did I get done today? Is there anything I did to grow my business? And because of this process that Bedros Keuilian is talking about with this morning ritual, you at least get that first one knocked out. And then you can always look back and say, man, I got the most important thing done. One of the books I'm going to be reading next is called Make Your Bed. And it's a general, his video was viral on YouTube, a graduation speech about how important it is to first, the first thing you got to do when you wake up in the morning is make your bed, so that when you go throughout your day, taking care of errands or running the business, whatever it is you got to do, taking the kids to get their stuff done, all the things that that fill up your day. If you mess up, the majority of those things. You mess up, everything goes wrong. You can at least turn back and say, "Is there anything that I did right?" And you can make sure that you can always look back and say, "Man, you know what? I made my bed though." That's the first sense that so if subconsciously what you're doing is you're achieving something at the beginning of the day, and that helps you out for the rest of the day. And if the rest of the day doesn't work out, you can always look back and say, "Well, I got one thing done right." So I love this process that Bedro Schoolian is talking about. Taking care of the four top things that you got to do in the day. It doesn't have to be a massive list of things you got to get done. He says he just sets apart a list, and he says he rarely goes over four things that he absolutely has to attack the next day. And it starts before bedtime. 2 hours before bedtime, get a game plan for the next morning so that when you wake up, you can kill it, get something done. Once my alarm goes off at 5 a.m., I never hit the snooze button because I believe when you hit the snooze button even once, you're telling your subconscious mind that you value 10 minutes of sleep over 10 minutes of mediocre sleep, excuse me, over getting up and living your purpose. I think that's huge, guys. You know, subconsciously, what you're telling yourself just by hitting the snooze button. I never thought about it that way. I think that's huge. When you hit the snooze button first thing in the morning, you've already made your first conscious act of the day, and it is an act of weakness. Man, that's a mic dropper right there. All right, I spring load out of bed and I go right to the bathroom, clean, shave, and shower. That's one thing about me. I don't know. I'm a heavy sleeper, but I'm making excuses. But I'm looking to attack that. I'm looking to change that up because I'm a heavy sleeper and I sleep 2 3 hours a night and just groggy the rest of the day. But I'm looking at the system. I think we can do this. So when you hit the snooze button and that's so huge too. Like it's the first conscious act of the day that you're making, and it is an act of weakness. Why start your day off with an act of weakness, guys? That's crazy, right? I spring out of bed and I go right to the bathroom, shower, clean up. The three S's, of course. I want to be fully awake and alert when I go downstairs to drink my water, my coffee, and my protein shake. Now, I don't know how he drinks it all at the same time or if he spreads that out throughout his morning, but your body dehydrates a lot throughout sleep simply by breathing. So, since your brain works best when it's hydrated, I found that drinking 16 ounces of water the first thing in the morning helps to clear the mental fog and hydrates my body. After greeting my wife, Diana, and letting Cookie, our 85-pound mastiff mix, out to do her business, a big dog. I get my laptop and I sit on my favorite spot on the couch and I look at my list of three things or four things that I got to get done and need to do in the morning, and then I'm ready to attack it. Before I start work, I put this is another key I should have highlighted. He puts his phone on silent, turn the screen side down, and pushes it away from him so that he can focus on attacking that list without distractions. This one act keeps me focused and productive during my morning routine. That right there, right. That's massive because everybody's attached to their damn phone. Turn off the phone or put it on silent, turn the screen upside down, face the screen down, and push it away. That'll save your life right there. I banish social media during this time. I don't check Facebook. I don't want to know what's happening on Instagram or anything else. I'm not interested in who emailed or texted me overnight. I have my attack list to dominate. This focused chunk of three-hour work from 6 to 9 a.m. allows me to do big things that move my business. That's huge. By 9 a.m., I'm done with my list and I spend the next 45 minutes or so replying to emails, text messages, and posting on social media, not for fun, mind you, but for my business. By 10 a.m., I'm in my car heading to the gym to get my morning workout in for an hour or so before I headed to Fit Body Bootcamp HQ to meet with my team leaders, create new content and courses, do podcast interviews, shoot videos, and arrange new business deals and growth opportunities. I credit this morning routine to much of my transformation, and it took me from weak and undisciplined to focused and strong. There are other benefits too, some of them unexpected, because so many of the important work gets done before everything else evades my day. I don't end the day feeling guilty. This is me. I used to walk around feeling not just unproductive, but also ashamed at being unproductive. I'd come home, my mind is elsewhere. I I tell myself that I couldn't spend time with my family because I was busy, and but that was bullshit. I wasn't busy. I was just disorganized. And I didn't have a morning routine dialed in that let me get solid work done. That's so huge, guys, because again, as a business owner, a lot of times you're like thinking, how am I going to make my next sale? How am I going to produce? How am I going to feed my kids? I gotta be on top of things. They're always thinking that the ship is sinking. We're always thinking that as a business owner, and it could be consuming, and it could drive a wedge between you and your family and other relationships that you have. Um, but you got to master that. You got to master that. And I love this. Again, this is another reason why I love what he's talking about, because I want to spend time with my family and enjoy it. Like I did today. We went to a wrestling show with my daughter, my brother, my sister from France, and her kids, and it was a great time. Shout out to Flobo. I met Flobito out there. Awesome, awesome gentleman. Podcaster, check them out too, all across social media. And I had fun, but I don't want to always be like, man, my ship is sinking. I got to get my business going. And what he said, one of the benefits here with his new schedule is that because he's taking care of things, because he's attacking things, that attack list with that focus that he has in the morning, he now has more time. He says, once I fixed it, he says, because he used to tell himself that he's always busy. But he says that's bullshit. It's not that he's busy. It's just that he's disorganized. When you get organized, you find new time. Your days get longer. You have more time to spend with family. That's a beautiful thing. And he says, once I fixed it, I not only didn't feel that guilt anymore, but the weight of it was off my shoulders, and I was able to spend time with my family, and it was fully about them. Quality time, guys. I feel bad for people that have a job because they only got the weekends to really spend with their family. They dread doing anything after work because they're just tired. Get a business, guys. Seriously. Use your brain. You'll be shocked at the after effects of a simple fix to your morning routine. If you take one thing from this book, let it be that. Wow. I don't even remember reading that line. I don't even remember reading that line. That's how important this is, guys. That's how I wish I could put more energy into what I'm saying right now, but it's so important to fix the mornings, guys, and that's why I'm inspired. If you take one thing from the book, let it be that. You'll be shocked at the after effects of a simple fix to your morning routine. That's massive. Mornings are a habit. Part of the reason why the morning routine works is because it becomes a keystone habit. That's a term that psychologists use to discuss the one habit that, if you change it, enables you to fix and repair a lot of other things wrong in your life. Huge. Back when I had a fateful, felt like a heart attack, anxiety attack, I tried to figure out the cause. I looked at my habits. At the time, I had cut my workout days and my workout times in half to accommodate my business. I had allowed clients and customers to cross boundaries by making myself available to everyone morning, noon, night, and weekends via text, email, and phone. I had taken on businesses and business partners whose values did not align with mine. There were the bad habits that caused me to fall apart and slide. These were the bad habits that caused me to fall apart and slide into depression. After seeing how one small habit led to another small and equally bad habit, I made the decision to reverse each bad habit one by one for the sake of my sanity, health, family, and business. I started my mornings. I started with my mornings, but once I fixed those, it became much easier to dial into everything else. Once I knew how, once I knew that I had the power to shift my behavior, and that small shift could have such a big improvement, I went on figuring out what else could I change. That's huge, man. So he took care of his mornings, and because he got the mornings right, it allowed him to fix everything else. I went on figuring out everything else. What else I could change, like a world class chess player who clearly sees his next four moves. But it all started with fixing the mornings. Again, guys, this chapter is called Chapter 5. The beginning is the end. Fix your mornings, right? And we finished, that's the end of the chapter. We finish every chapter with an exercise, and the exercise is this. He says, this one's easy. Get up half an hour earlier. I love it. Get up half an hour earlier. There's no tricks, no gimmicks, no writing anything down. Just figure out when you normally wake up, dial that back about half an hour, and do not hit the snooze button. When your alarm goes off, try it for a week and see how it goes. If it goes well, then get back another half hour. It goes without saying that you can't rob yourself of sleep time. So in order to wake up half an hour earlier, you will have to go to bed half an hour earlier. And that's the end of the chapter, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm inspired to change up my sleep habits. I think this will be the last time I record. It's now 3:05 in the morning. We have no business to be doing this at 3:05 in the morning. I think we got to be. I'm gonna change these up. I'm gonna get to bed by 10 after my accountability to my coach. Get to bed at 10, and I'm gonna be up by 5. And first thing I'm gonna do it in three hours in the morning, because you got to figure out what works for you and your schedules. We're thinking about. I was talking about to my wife about it. We got kids, we got schooling. I got homeschool. We're starting off next week, so I'm trying to get that all done as well. We got business things going on, so I think I'm gonna get up at 5 in the morning, shower and get dressed, and work on my podcast from there. I think that's what we're going to do. And after that, work on business, emails, texts, and get my workout in. So we're going to be figuring out our morning. That's my game plan. I hope that's your game plan. That's what I got from this book. Figure out how to fix your morning. After that, you'll start learning. You'll learn from how fixing the morning, and you'll start to fix everything else in your life. Right? I think this is massive, guys. I don't know if you're feeling what I'm feeling, but so far this has got to be the best info that we've come across in our channel, in this book, and in the entire channel. This right here is just massive. I'm excited. I'm excited about change. I'm excited about changing up my sleep habits. I'm excited about being a morning person, about not being a night owl. I'm excited about seeing how much more work I can get done and how much more I can fix just by creating this better schedule for myself. Right. And, hopefully we can fix everything else, including the sound on this podcast this morning, wherever you're at. But anyways, guys, I was blessed to hear all that. I was blessed to receive that information, to Mr. Bedros Koulian. If you ever come across this video or this channel, man, thank you so much for sharing this. This is life changing, guys. This is life changing. And so let my example here and what we do with this channel and what we do with this change that we're looking to take on, let my example be a testament to you. I mean, but don't wait on me. Don't wait on me. I'm thinking it might take a little while for me to get used to it. But don't wait on me, man. Just go ahead and practice that exercise. If you're not a morning person, let's fix that. That's a problem. That's a problem. There's a few times that I do wake up early in the morning, and when I do, man, I love it. I love the sound. I love the smell. I love the mist, the moist air, the cooler temperatures. I love the quietness because everybody else still asleep. Um, I'm excited about this change, and I can't wait to share this with you guys and document it with you guys here on YouTube and Facebook and all across social media. Anyways, please leave a comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff, man. Just show some support. I want to hear from you guys, and I would appreciate you sharing this channel. But either way, man, I just want to say, on top of everything we covered today, as we're wrapping this up, just be a little bit more loving to one another, guys. Forgive faster. Just how we talked about today, man. You're gonna wake up, but let's wake up half an hour earlier. You're gonna forgive people, man. Just try to forgive them a little faster. Don't waste that kind of time, man. And I pray that you're doing well. I pray you're thinking for yourself, and I pray that you're open to self improvement, and that you allow God to work in your life and change things up for the better. May you stay blessed, and that's it, guys. Thanks for being here, y'all. Love y'all, and talk to you guys soon.